Hey YouTube. So this video session, it's Friday now, right? Um, Normally we would be doing our Overwatch videos, but because No Man's Sky is out, we're playing this instead. Was supposed to be more than just me and the zombie shy guy Merlin, but nobody else decided to fucking show up for some reason or another. Which is some bullshit if you ask me. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling you guys out. You heard me. Yeah. I don't care if you have legitimate reasons. You could at least let me know. QQ. Anywho,
Maybe they're too busy playing No Man's Sky.
uh, yeah. Okay, really. Anywho, so what we're about to do, what me and Merlin's about to do, is we're about to, quote unquote, tell our stories thus far, and then also what we've learned about the game as well. And I'll let Merlin start it off. Merlin?
Uh, well, I've learned a lot of random things. As for my story, uh,
Oh
well, I
my god.
started out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I, for the longest time, had like the world's shittiest ship. I was just stuck with the starter, not the starter ship, but the pre-order ship
Pre-order, yeah.
for the longest time. And it's not that the pre-order ship's bad. It's just I only had like a handful of slots. I mean, even the ship I have now is only like barely better. But for the most part, I've spent the majority of the game just I guess fucking around is the best way to put it. I mean, I'm not really like super far in GD, even though here soon, well, like as this video is going on, I'm probably gonna spend the majority of my time uh, warping around to get closer to the center. I just found a planet that had a bunch of gravitino balls.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Sentinels weren't happy that I stole like 8 of them though. But
Ah.
I gotta say, uh, even though I've heard everyone else's complaints and stuff about the game, oh, so many planets are so similar. I gotta say, I can't really believe that because every planet I come across, like I came across a planet with with sentient plants that, like, literally almost everything on the planet was like some sort of plant that hopped around on its ass.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there was like,
I've had those too.
yeah, but have you had ones that were like the size of a building hopping around?
No.
Yeah, and it said it was carnivorous. Yeah, I gotta say I don't think every planet's the same. And okay, one thing I have noticed though is whenever you come across carnivores, for the most part, all the carnivores seem to be like they work by themselves. But that's not true. I came across one planet where the carnivores, all of them at like once were like packed, and we're talking about like 3 different carnivores roaming around in a similar pack, not attacking each other.
Yes, I've come across 2 planets before with packed carnivores.
Yeah,
So they weren't
that's
just
not
solitary.
fun.
No, no, the fuck it's not, man. You just gotta kill all of them right then and there, or just stay the fuck away. Like,
Yeah,
one of those planets, the water creatures, how this planet might have it as well. I'm not sure. I haven't checked yet. The water creatures. There was 3 different species of fauna underwater, and one of which was the predator. And the predators worked all together and everything. It was just like a big pack of like fucking barracuda, if you would, of how they kind of looked. It was like a barracuda shark.
I gotta say I haven't come across very many water planets that had like life in the water. Like literally out of the 5 I've probably been to, only 2 had life. One had these like I guess you could call them like orbs, and the other one had only 2 that I could tell, and one of them was like this I guess jellyfish is the closest thing to it. They had sort of had like a bulb body with 2 tentacles coming off, and they were like pack feeders, vegetarians or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was like these really weird like shark things in the water. I can't explain it any better than that. I mean, they were huge. They sort of remind me of concealer cats without eyes.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you're somewhat telling your story a little bit, but as far as things you've learned, like tips and tricks, mechanics of the game.
Oh, pressing up on the D-pad activates a light.
Yeah.
As for like tips and tricks,
I was about to say, was that all?
I guess the only thing I can really say is for like tips and tricks is like tip your waiters, trick out your homies. Just because you see a ship that looks totally fucking awesome, don't expect to get that ship. The chance of running into that ship again, super minimal.
Yeah, definitely.
So, every time you can just get like a little leg up instead of, wherever you're stuck at, every little leg up sort of counts is the best way to put it. Also, as soon as you get the chance for the Atlas Pass, always open that one level 1 door in space stations. Because it sure as fuck beats the hell out of like trying to search for drop pods on planets.
Oh yeah, well, sort of. Like sometimes, like I had this one planet that was just overrun with drop pods, and that's how viewers I have maxed out my exosuit already. The game's only been out for 3 days essentially, and I've already maxed out my exosuit. And I would say, all in all, that probably costed about 5 million units to do that. Like the very
out with that.
Yeah, well, like the very last upgrade, which was the one right here that I've got hovered on, cost me 350,000 units, and the one before that, which is this one, cost me 340,000. And so then it's just an increment of minus 10,000 every time. So it's quite expensive. Took me a while to do that, and what I'm trying to do currently right now is work up about 20 million units, because there's some ships that I've seen in the system that I'm currently at that have about 30 to about 32 slots in it, and my current ship is 19 slots. So, at least I'm telling you what I'm doing right now. And also learned something about the multi-tool, but I'll go about that whenever it's my turn to start talking. So, sorry about cutting you off there, Merlin.
Oh no, it's no problem. A few other things I've learned about the game. So the whole idea of causing evolution, I'm still on that. How, though, is what I've yet to really figure out. I mean, I've already thought of ways that might cause evolution.
Yeah, but they're just a hypothesis right now, a theory.
Yeah. I think in the end, though, what's probably going to end up happening, though, is we're going to have to wait till they start dishing out, more content, like, first off, multiplayer, definitely. Second is, one thing I know I really want to figure out how to do easily is, large explosions and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can think of right now, the two ways to really cause a planet to spontaneously adapt is one, if you blow up its moon. But how to blow up a moon is my question.
I've been it's one of the things I've been trying to experiment on video one of these times is I'm going to end up finding a moon, and I'm going to dig all the way to the center of it. I'm going to do that.
A peaceful moon for that.
Yeah. And then that's one thing that I'm gonna do is dig all the way to the center, and then I was thinking about, well, what if I cut a hole all the way for one side, like directly down the middle, cut the moon in half essentially. And see what happens then. I mean, yeah, it's a big undertaking, but it's like anything interesting you ever really want to do in a sandbox game like this, or any sandbox game, is always a big undertaking.
No,
So,
The other thought I had was,
okay, go
ahead.
Let me know when you're done, by the way, so I don't just go off on these tangents. So go ahead.
The other thought I had was, space stations and shit like that, blow those up as well.
And how the fuck would you do that?
That I don't know.
Like, have you even tried shooting a space station yet?
No, I don't want to get rid of a space station. That's the next way to put it.
Yeah. So, I don't know why you would even think about shooting one.
Well, hold up, I just left the space station. Whoa!
What? You okay?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sounds like pirates.
No, no.
What?
Sounds like whoever the fuck it is that defends the space station.
What?
Yep. Oh god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
Oh, you attacked the space station to see what would happen.
Yep.
This thing's big, by the way, viewers.
I'm not a fucking die, oh well. Eight ships flew out and decided to fuck me in the butthole.
Ha!
Ah. 8 Sentinel ships flew out and decided to fuck me in the butthole.
Dude, Sentinel ships look awesome.
I can never tell. I'm too busy getting fucked in the butthole.
And I have not died once so far in the game, so I have no idea what happens when you die. So, Merlin, why don't you tell us what happens when you die?
Oh, it just puts you back at the last restore point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't lose any items or anything?
Yeah, you lose all the items that, well, in this case was on my ship.
Ooh, okay.
But, hold on. 2, but, you could, repair, like in that case, one of my, items on my ship was damaged. But you can easily just go back to your death place and get back whatever it is you lost.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Merlin, anything else?
Always be looking to upgrade.
Oh yeah, always. Naturally. That's a given.
And never worry about stopping to smell the flowers. Stopping to smell the flowers is totally fine. That's the whole point of the game.
Yeah. If you could actually smell.
Well, I could smell burning ship parts whenever I die, so.
Wasn't it the Simpsons that, goddamn, it was like back in the 90s, suggested that by now we would have smell-o-vision?
I think there was a few things that suggested we'd have smell-o-vision by now.
Yeah. Who would want that? Like, seriously, who would want smell-o-vision?
You don't understand Americans.
Well, what if you're flipping through channels and it's like a documentary on shit, and you can smell the shit?
Why would there be a documentary of shit?
Waste treatment plant. How about that? Like a documentary on how a waste treatment plant works. That kind of shit's out there. Merlin, you can think of it. Americans or the Japanese have made, like, videos about it, okay?
I'm just going to accept that there's something wrong.
There's always something wrong with everything, with everybody. Anyhow, so, my story so far, that is if Merlin's done.
Yes.
Okay. my story so far has been pretty simple. Where I left off, which kind of seems like a blur to me now, was I was essentially going to farm for gold in that system that I was in, which I did not necessarily do. I kind of moved on from that, went to the next system, and then to the next, and all. When moving from system to system, it's pretty simple. I end up checking out a few planets, seeing like what kind of elements they have, what I might be able to do, get. That's how it was at first. And then I was moving on. Where was I moving on? Well, first I was moving towards the galactic core. You know, like how the game suggests for you to do. Give me 1 second here. Traveler, Corvax Echoes, back. Okay. Move back. Okay. Wow, alright, so I got vaporized. Anywho, so yeah, I was moving towards the galactic core at first, right? Because, that's kind of how me and Merlin's settled on reaching each other. Which is now, you know, just go towards the core. Things get a lot closer then, and then we'll be able to finally reach each other. Yeah. You know, things will play out from there. Well, when I was on my way towards reaching the core, a waypoint popped. You fucking Sentinel! You fucking Sentinel! Here I am mining something, and it's like, oh, here, let me fly out right in front of you. Douchebag. Just gonna... Do. You're dead. God damn. I was monologuing. Anywho. So, all the sidetracks. Let me, refill on some things quick. Real quick here, viewers. Boop, there we go. Alright, so moving towards Galactic Core, got a waypoint. The waypoint led me to an atlas, which I'm not going to be able to show you this video, and I don't know if I'll be able to show it during Sunday or Monday. Hopefully I will be able to show you what an atlas is like, but next one I come across, I'm definitely going to do that on video. I figured I'd kind of hold off on showing that on video and everything because I'm pretty sure somebody out there has already covered what an atlas looks like and stuff like that, and really the main story of this game is not the key point of the series for me. You know, it's me and Merlin's, you know, mad scientist plan is the key point of my series. So I made my way to an atlas, which was really cool. I got an atlas stone from there and like 2 warp cells. And I ended up selling the first atlas stone and the second atlas stone as well, because right after visiting that atlas, I ended up warping 2 more systems out towards another atlas, which they were just that close to each other. Well, in between those two, there was a random space anomaly, right, which was like this shit-looking thing that looked like it came out of Titan AE, and that had Nada and Polo in it, which is a Corvax and a Gek. You guys all know what the Gek look like. The Corvax kind of have like the hazard protection suit kind of looking thing, and then the aeration membrane as their mask. And they're a race of robots, so essentially they're Daft Punk, if you would.
Yeah.
And like I'm in a Corvax system right now, so then there's also the Vy'Keen, and though Nada and Polo do not have a Vy'Keen with them. Vy'Keen, as similar as the word sounds, they're like Vikings.
And they hate the fuck out of Sentinels.
Yeah, they seriously hate Sentinels. Yeah, I'll just grab some aluminum, why not? So with Nada and Polo, I got the blueprint to make an Atlas Pass version 1. No idea how to get the version 2 Atlas Pass yet, but I'll find out eventually. Let's see. Oh god, I'm trying to think here. when at Nada and Polo, I got a upgraded multi-tool, which I was happy about. As well, and I'm trying to remember what Nada... Oh, yes, that's right. Nada led me to the system I'm at now. Polo's the one that gave me the recipe for the Atlas pass, but Nada gave me, a waypoint to the system I'm at now. The system I'm at now has a black hole, which is flippin' awesome. And I haven't gone through it yet. Merlin's gone through a black hole, and he said it's like a very weird warp hyperdrive, right?
Yeah, I'm on my way to making myself to another black hole at the moment.
There you go. See, because he's trying to do the same, get to the center and all, not necessarily for whatever the fuck is at the center, but so that we can meet up easier.
Yeah, but not really the center, just with... I want to try to get within 100,000 light years.
Which is still really far.
Hey, I'm at 100... I'm basically an inch closer than I was when I started.
Yeah, well, I've backtracked a few because the waypoints I've had to go to were away from the core. So, anywho, so I did that, and then I went to my next Atlas and got another Atlas stone, sold that, and some more warp cells. Well, I decided to use those warp cells after exploring that system for a bit and getting a shitload of upgrades. Like, I was at the system for the second Atlas for a while. Why did I press that? And while I was at that system, at first I was planning on, saving up like 20 mil to get a new ship, right? Well, while I was doing that, I kept coming across drop pods and getting upgrades, and so next thing I know, I've got like all the upgrade modules for the suit, right? So I've got all the hazard detection ones, as far as I can tell. I've got all the shield boost ones, and all the membrane ones. I believe the jetpack boost might go up to +5, along with the stamina, the health module, and the life supports. I believe all those might go up to +5 because they're at a numerical value for an upgrade. Because if you look over here at multi-tools, see there's a +5 right there. So it's just what I'm thinking. Possibly that's the case. I can't tell you for certain, though. So next thing I know, I'm just doing all of that, and once I got that done, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna grind in this system in order to get a new ship. And I've been in this ship for a while now. It's the one ship I chose after the pre-order ship. No, the second ship I chose after the pre-order ship. So I've just been in this one for a while. And I was holding on to a 15 or 16 slot multi-tool for a while to kind of do a little bit of experiment to learn something real quick. And something I've learned is, as far as multi-tools go, if you want to upgrade a multi-tool, you have to constantly upgrade. Merlin, cut your mic real quick. You have to constantly upgrade. And so there's no holding on to like a 16 slot multi-tool like I was trying to do. And I was waiting for like a 20 slot one to appear. I came across probably about 15, maybe like 15 other multi-tools until I finally quit my little experiment. And all of those, like 14 of those were just like either 17 slot or 18 slot or lower slots than the one that I currently had. So I finally gave in, picked up one that was 18, and then picked up one that was 20, and then recently just picked up this one that was 22. Now, I have an assumption that since the exosuit slots into 48 slots, and I can't upgrade anymore if I go to a drop pod spot or a place where I can somehow upgrade my suit, I can't interact with it at all. At fucking all. So I'm assuming all the slots for everything goes up to 48. That's my assumption. I know that as far as starships go, the biggest ship I've seen is 33 slots, and that was about 15.7 million units. The way the things were aligned were bullshit though, so I didn't want that, but multi-tool, the highest I've seen is 22 slots. Merlin, what's the highest you've had? Don't forget, you cut your mic for me.
What, for multi-tool?
Yeah.
Highest multi-tool I've seen was 20, 26?
26.
Yeah, about 26.
Okay, cool. Well, that's fine to know. So as far as like upgrading multi-tools go right now, I'm not going to be spending any fucking units on upgrading my multi-tools. Well, when I say units, I didn't mean say units. I meant resources for upgrading multi-tool, because I'm going to be coming across more and more and more again, and that'll just set me back and stuff like that. So I can just essentially use my resources to make money right now. So that's kind of what I've planned out. So I've kind of gotten off track a little bit. But before I get back on track and bring you guys up to speed on where I'm currently at, the thing about ships though, right? So with ships, yeah, you can find crash ships in order to upgrade, and it's kind of like dealing with multi-tools. If you want to keep getting higher slot ships, you got to keep upgrading ships, but that's a huge pain because you got to repair things on the ship and everything like that. So I think the dev, Sean Murray, Hello Games, essentially, thought about that. I was like, okay, well, let's not just make it to where people have to upgrade their ships by finding crash ships. Let's make it so you can buy ships as well. Well, the thing with buying ships is that they end up costing a lot. And things that determine the price on ships, right? Whoa. The things that determine the price on ships. So with ships, you have, of course, how many slots determines the price on them, is what I've learned. How the slots are aligned, because like if they're all just like one big box with how they're aligned, that ups the price. But if it's like all jibble-jarbled everywhere and everything, then that actually lowers the pricing. I don't know, I haven't been able to tell really if increasing your standing with a certain faction increases or decreases your pricing as well. Have you been able to tell about that, Merlin?
Nah, that's something I haven't really been paying too much attention to.
Yeah, alright. But that's pretty much as far as that goes, and I'm gonna shut up for just a quick moment here because I'm underwater and I gotta deal with this plaque, and I think this is the type where it just... Wait, what the hell's near me? Oh my god, there's a shark-looking thing.
Cool.
It's an angry fish! I'm getting the fuck out of this water before this thing fucking wrecks my face. I gotta kill it. I gotta kill it.
Oh yeah. Never feel bad about spending 30 or 40 minutes space mining.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That fucking space fuel sells for a good, pretty penny.
What, the Thamium 9?
Yeah. At the right system.
Dude, it only sells 20.6 units each. So like a full thing of 500 is like 10,312 units.
I've come across places where it was worth a lot more.
Huh. Okay, well. Anywho.
Normally, what I'll do is when I first get to a new spot, I'll check the market to see like what's worth what. And if I see that fuel's worth a good bit of money, I'll fucking spend like fucking 30 minutes just farming up a couple stacks of it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't decided right now how I'm gonna farm. I might check, or I might do your Thamium 9 farming a little bit. Because who knows, that might be like really effective. What am I looking at right there? That's
hey, this is a cool one. I just found one planet, 2 moons.
Oh, one of the systems I was at had 3 moons. It was well, like one of the planets had 3 moons. Is what I'm wanting to say. Shit. Okay, yeah. Where did I leave off at? Talking about ships. Okay, yeah, catching you guys up. Alright, so I was at that Atlas system for a while. And there's another one of them fucking deadly fish. Predatory fish. So if there's a predator fish in these highly irradiated waters, there's got to be some kind of fish that are prey, at least. Just at least upload.
Unless they always prey on each other.
You're right, that could be a case, but they're the exact same species, so that would just that'd be very interesting. Anyhow, so yes, I was at the second Atlas system. I was there for a while, did all of that upgrading that I was talking about. Then I eventually gave in and said, fuck it, I'm gonna move on. Next system after that, I see Nada and Polo again. I was like, oh, am I gonna get the Atlas past version 2? No, I did not. Which was disheartening. So then I kept moving on. Right there. Did I just land on a tree? Ow. I just landed on a tree. Let's see what happens when I do this. For science! And that makes no sense, but okay. Anything out in this water? Yep. Yeah, so Nada and Polo in that second, or after the second Atlas, and then I kept moving on, and then essentially I was going to the system at that point, and then moving on to the next, and now I'm here where I'm at now, and what I want to do here is I'm going to explore every planet, and my goal is to get this done on every planet that has a species on it, try to build up some money. At the same time, I've got a system going on where I find a beacon whenever I show up to the planet, right? And I end up doing a whole bunch of monoliths, and then outposts, and then it'll be transmissions. No point in me doing shelters, because shelters would either lead you to these small-time shelters or to drop pods, and I don't need drop pods anymore. Get away from me, you damn fish. There we go. And it's weird, when I kill this fish, it gives me iron.
That's a scary fucking fish. An iron-based life form. Yeah.
It's a golem fish.
That fish gonna fuck you up. This thing has 2 moons.
And up we go. Alright, so yeah, now I'm in the system that I'm at, right? And I've actually got a naming process going on. I've been naming the systems just things after currently right now RPG characters that I've had in like MMOs and stuff like that, so it's nothing too special. But the way that I've been naming planets is, and I came up with this last night, like the first planet I came to in the system, MMIR, right? Ow! Fuck my toe. Shit. Just stubbed my toe. Ow.
Ow.
And actually peeled skin on the motherfucker. That fucking hurt. Oh, God, that fucking hurt. Oh, anywho. MMIR right here, right? That stands for Emerald, and then Iridium. The way that I name my planets now are to help me keep track of what's on the planet for mining. So the crystals here on MMIR or MMIR is Emerald, right? That's the crystal. And then you got Crystal 2, which Crystal 1 are the crystals that you can find in caves and mine the crap out of those. I consider Crystal 2 being the special crystals that you can find on the surface. And if Crystal 1 and Crystal 2 is the same, then it's just, yeah, right? Or, just make it one thing. If there is no Crystal 2, then it's just the first one. Vice versa. And then after that, you've got primary vein, right? So it's like the veins of gold or things like that you would end up seeing. And then you've got tertiary vein, which are like these archways that you end up seeing as well. And then I guess floating vein is what it would be then. God damn, my fucking toe. Shit. So, planet Mmir has crystals as emerald, has a vein as emerald, and then it has tertiary veins as iridium. And the planet I'm on right now, Alum Q, has aluminum for crystals, emerald for the veins, and then copper for the floating veins. Are there any near me right now? Yeah, see, like, that's copper. So, that's how I decided to start naming things. And I'm gonna spend a lot of time in this system because I'm gonna get me a new ship because I'm really tired of being so limited on my space. And I'm gonna be very picky about my ship as well. Because as far as my ship goes, which I'm gonna hop in this now. Okay, cool, it's just floating here. I'm gonna make sure that the slots for these, that, and those all go down by about 5 each. That's my only prerequisite for acquiring the ship, and also be somewhere in the ballpark about 30 slots. Least amount 28, most 32, and that kind of gives me a better understanding what the pricing is going to be. And what?
I just found one of the moons is toxic, and it randomly spawns these things that have calcium.
What?
They're super rare minerals.
Oh, and the other part of the naming, which would be at the very end, is SP, which stands for special. So if there's no SP at the end, it has nothing special. If there is an SP at the end, it has something special. Because both Merlin and I have come across planets that had vortex cubes. And shit, Merlin's saying that he was on a planet earlier that Sentinels didn't like that had gravitino balls.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah. So I've only come across one special planet. Merlin's come across, what, 2, 3?
2 or 3.
Yeah. Alright. Now, for random things that I've learned. Right. So, geez, no, this is kind of big. When dealing with spacecraft fights and stuff, you don't have to use the banking at all. Enemy pirates and stuff, things that attack you, tend to like to fly towards you and then past you. So essentially, when something's flying towards you, slow down and keep shooting, because whenever they fly past you and all, if you're holding reverse, it allows you to turn quicker to get on their tail, and then you speed up and you chase them down right behind you. That works really well. Also, use your phase cannons or phase beam a lot, and then try using your photon cannon a little bit. Let's see. Enemies in space tend to drop either. Well, they drop two things: a resource and an item. And an item is random. Resource seems to always be. Let's see. What else? I learned recently that you can do kind of boost jumping or boost sprinting, if you would. Which I'm gonna land real quick and I'll show you guys. Which I don't know if Merlin started doing it. I told him how to do it. So when I land here, this is normal walking speed. This is sprinting. This is just jetpack speed. This is sprinting jetpack speed, which is very similar. Very incredibly similar to regular jetpack. Now, when you melee and move, you get a boost forward, and you gotta like wait every like second or to get that boost forward. Now, somebody else learned, and then I was taught by Ben and Edward, is boost jumping, which is where you're moving forward, you melee, and then you jetpack. but you got to do it really fast next to each other, right? So it's like melee jetpack. So in which case it's like this, and then you start moving forward really fast. And depending on how well you do it, and depending on like if there's anything in your way or stuff like that, depends on how fast you end up going. But it's a great way to travel around, and it saves a lot of time. And if you're trying to farm something in like a cave system where it's just super vast and everything's so far away from each other, this saves so much time. So there's that. Also, when you're mining something, right here, let me grab some of this iridium. Oh, just about every planet I've gone to has had iridium. Every single planet I've gone to has had iridium. But okay, so in the top right, that's the temperature cooling bar, whatever you want to call it. And see, look, overheat it, I let go, and then I can go again. I don't have to wait for it to cool off. So essentially, whenever I feel a vibration in my controller, I just let go, and then boom, I can keep going. So I don't really need to worry about. Have I already identified you? So I don't really need to worry about like how long my multi-tool can keep mining for, or coolant's not necessarily. Well, kind of do, just in case you're fighting. Also, Merlin and I have come to the conclusion that on a multi-tool, just go with mining upgrades. Right, Merlin?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, some of the boltcaster weaponry is good, and the boltcaster will do more damage, but just super upgrading your mining laser still makes it a formidable weapon. It makes everything easier. And plus, you only have to worry about spending resources on recharging one thing.
Yep. Keeping a grenade attachment though, you need that for like manufacturing facilities if you want to break in. Let's see. Oh, the analysis scanner, right, that you have on your multi-tool. So essentially, whenever I hold down left trigger, you can scan everything if you want, really. On a planet, to get that big boost, it's only of species. So you gotta like find all living life forms. Then, you might have already seen me do this during the video. You see how that thing right there has that green dot underneath it? So whenever I'm at a spot, whenever I hop out of my ship or something, or after I've gone walking for a distance, I end up doing a scan and I kind of look around me about 360 degrees. And if I see anything, if I see any dots, like how there's one right there, that are red, then hey, that's something I have not identified yet. So then I'll make my way towards that. Probably the best way to ensure that you can find something that you have not identified. And I may be mistaken about this, but when having the scanner, analysis visor, and whatever scanner upgrades you have all chained together, it actually boosts the range on the analysis visor as well. For like how far away I can see things that aren't rendering in for me, that I can end up scanning. Let's see, chaining things, like how those are chained, really do affect the strength of it. Like you can see a little bit right there, how there's that red, or you know what, better example. There we go. See, like right there, where you've got that much in that's all clear, and then you've got that much after, that's the chained boost that it's receiving. Same thing for like stamina right there. That's the chained boost. So it's like essentially I've got 100% on utilities on my exosuit, only through the chain, whereas like realistically I've got like what, 95%. Let's see. If you want to gain new crafting recipes, manufacturing facilities, the ones that you've got to break into is best. Best way to acquire titanium, destroy sentinels. Oh god, man, there's a lot and all, but I think I covered a lot of it. Is there anything you can
Yeah.
think of that I might miss, Merlin?
Take a good close look at everything before just marking it off as just random crap. I mean, of course, all the plants will look similar and stuff like that, but you'll never know when you walk past a plant and there's so happen to be like 6 vortex cubes laying at the feet of it that look like rocks.
Oh, yeah. Very true about that. Oh, and whenever you're scanning and stuff, or, yeah, scanning and not analysis visor, when you come across something like a vortex cube, and I can only use vortex cube as an example for this because I've only had the opportunity with vortex cubes. If you analysis visor a vortex cube, right, and scan it that way, and then every time you do a scan thereafter, the little icons that'll pop up will be, you know, the diamond-shaped thing, and then it'll have a plus sign in it. Does that sound wrong to you, Merlin?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, not all planets are the same, right? Like, a good example would be the very first planet I showed up on was the only planet I've seen like that so far that I've come across. A lot of the planets that I come across end up having these hazard fucking shit. Like, that first planet I was on was the only peaceful planet I've been to that I can remember. Every other planet has been requiring me to fucking need something for protection unless it's a dead planet. Which is just hilarious to me, because the dead planets are so peaceful, why the fuck are they dead? Yeah, I'm coming to planets like the one I'm on now, which is a nuclear planet, constantly has 5.6 radiation, why is there so much life?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I will say though, if you come to a planet that has one of those things listed as red, even though your instincts tell you, hey, I'm probably gonna die here, get out and walk around at least. Take a look around. Like this one where it's like raining perpetual acid death, like storming 24/7 acid death. I happen to find exotic fucking balls of riches everywhere. And the Callium, I'm already at 107. Each unit's worth 288.
That's
and
more
it's
than
very
emerald.
rare. Yeah, it literally says precious element, very rare. I mean, I've never seen this before, and it's all over the place. I just have to keep running around and mining iron to make shielding plates just to make sure I don't fucking die, though.
Actually, that just reminded me of something. If you want to do your damnness to avoid the hazards of a place, which you guys already saw me do this on video, is, let's see if I can find one real quick. That looks like an entrance. An entrance. God damn it, there we go. Okay, so look at my rads right there. 5.6 rads. I go in to a cave, and boom. See? Whenever you go into a cave in a planet, I don't know why necessarily, this has been the case for me every time, though, it will protect you from the elements. Oh, also, if you're at a trade post, or if you manage to find like a shelter of some kind that has it, the merchant terminals, standing next to those will end up, God damn it, will end up stabilizing the weather conditions around you as well. Oh shit.
Okay, that I did not know.
Yeah. It's the reason why I like to land near trade outposts. Not just for the fact that, hey, I can end up getting some trading done here if I need to. Oh shit, I should have done that. Anyhow, so yeah. Did I mention that manufacturing facilities are the best way to acquire recipes for random things to build?
Yeah.
That you might need? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of random things that I can build now because I decided to start making manufacturing facilities as a place that I end up stopping by. I was ignoring them for a while at first because I thought, what's the point of going to those? I can get recipes elsewhere. So, that was a stupid decision on my part. But yeah, aside from that, I don't think there's anything else for me to think of. I need to go find me a beacon. Not a beacon, but a red beacon. Also, when trying to find a place to land when you come to a new planet, a lot of shelters end up having it, and does this one have it? And when I say shelters, I'm talking like outposts and things like that. And it doesn't look like this one does right now. Okay, this one does not. Move on. There's like this red or reddish kind of like tiny device near the buildings and stuff, and if you kind of aim towards that when you're wanting to land, like a reticle will pop up, and if you click land then whenever that reticle will pop up, it'll make you land next to it, to where when you take off after being there for a little while, it won't cost any plutonium.
Yeah, just like a landing pad.
Yeah, just like a landing pad, but it's not a landing pad. Let's see. Yes, one other thing about going into the ocean and stuff like that, swimming essentially, which you guys saw me do this on video as well already. When you're wanting to do a dive, fly up really high as you can before you go in to dive, because all that momentum you carry from falling transfers into the water like how it would realistically, and it just makes you get down to where you need to as fast as possible. So it saves time. And oxygen. Mainly oxygen. That's a drop pod. Useless. Also, doing a
the closer
planetary...
you get to mine something, the faster it mines.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why there's a the rail shot upgrade for multi-tools. Where is it? Yeah, the rail shot adapter, Boltcaster delivers instantaneous damage on targets, meaning range isn't a thing. And that's the reason why I was a little surprised there when you just said that, because I had the rail shot on my one multi-tool for such a long time. So keep that in mind. Where's the spot for me to land? Damn, I was just talking about this. Unless I just like went a huge circle and does the same drop pod I just saw. Doesn't seem to have it. Is that another drop pod? Do. Yo, Merlin, cut your mic for a little bit. Sorry that I'm having to tell you to do that, Merlin. And viewers, I'm sorry I'm having to tell him to do that. It's just, considering the music that I'm going along for in this, for this game and everything, it's not, like, super loud music, and, like, I know some people out there aren't going to be so tolerant of it, which is unfortunate, but Merlin's health issue, I guess you would say, people would find that rather annoying to listen to during the video. And
it's not a health issue, it's a birth defect. Get it right.
Okay, see, I wanted to say birth defect, but I thought I was going to be wrong. I'm trying to be PC when talking about your problem, okay?
PC is calling it a birth defect because it sounds like it's fixable. A health issue makes it sound like I'm some sort of unhealthy fuckbag who can't fucking take care of himself. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for the silence, motherfucker.
Oh man. And so yeah, I just found what I was talking about. It's called what, no, that's just saying my ship. Anywho, these things as well, these little pylons, I guess, you can also call your starship to them as well. If just in case you ever find yourself in a unfortunate situation where you've died or The planet that you're on is just so inhospitable, but you went out exploring anyways, like an idiot. So
Like I'm doing.
yeah, like Merlin's doing. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. And it's been about an hour, which is surprising. I mean, this is a lot of talking thus far. Oh, you know what? I'll here for the end of the video, I'm gonna walk in here. Let's see if there's a Corvax in here or not. Oh no, this is a fucking place to destroy. So no, there's not gonna be a Corvax in here. Oh, fuck it. I'll do this on video. And I wish I had a better grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, even if you get rid of the bulk caster, keep your grenade launcher because it's the only way to break into those facilities.
Yep.
The mighty laser hurts living things
Ow.
and sentinels, no problem, but it won't do fuck shit to that door.
Ow. Thank God my shields are so strong. You just fucking stand there taking like shots from a sentinel, no problem. Alright. Now these are usually certain puzzles and stuff. I haven't been able to tell necessarily what's the kind of what all kind of puzzles there are for breaking into a place, but for like the what do you call them, Merlin? The settlements, the settlement ones that usually give you a waypoint to something else. Those ones all tend to follow a path, and I've seen a lot of different ones, and now I can just, like, I don't even have to read the thing up here, I just look at whatever the fucking puzzle is, go like, okay, there's the answer, badoop, and then done.
Yeah.
So
No,
this
not
one...
to say that there's a lack of originality or that they're too easy, it's just, you're going to be doing a lot of them. So, eventually your brain just, figures it out.
Yeah.
So, before we go... This moon that I came in, 20 minutes ago and started harvesting from?
Yeah.
With all these, they're like balls of resources. I'm not even back at my ship yet. I'm making my way back now. But before we go, I am sitting at 250, almost 300 of them, and they're worth almost 300 apiece. So this one stack is 13,000 units. The other stack is 72,000 units. So if I find I mean, I'm not going to sell them right away. I'm going to wait till I find a place where it's like getting like +5, and you're looking at maybe like almost having a new ship right there.
Oh no, dude, those fucking rare materials and stuff. They usually sell for a good amount. So the galactic terminals end up, I think those are like universe wide, kind of like a big ass trade brokerage, if you would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called a galactic terminal. So the prices that are going on there, I think those actually end up varying depending on players a little bit, depending on how players interact with them. I mean, I could be completely fucking wrong, and odds are I probably am, but that could possibly be the case. But as far as like interacting with the current races, trades, the starships that come in, the ones that you can trade with and everything like that, their prices for things that you can buy from them or things that you can sell to them always differ.
Yeah, it's based on the system, I think.
Yeah. I think it's based on the system as well. It's like how rare the resource is there. So, Merlin, in your case, like, you probably won't be able to sell those special items you just got, or the Callium. Yeah, you probably won't be able to sell the Callium a lot to the actual traders there. So a terminal like the space station is probably your best bet for some good moolah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, what's the Callium look like? Is it like the vortex cubes? It's just a square
No, it's
or a cube on the ground?
It's marked with CA. It's purple, and it has 6 balls, sort of in a triangle pattern. A gray, blue, a blue yellow, or a gray dark blue, a blue yellow, and a light blue blue.
So it's not a crystal though.
Nope, it's not a crystal. It's a rare substance found in many blob-like species throughout the galaxy.
Well,
Blob-like
yeah,
species.
I know how they pop up in your inventory, but I'm saying how the fuck do they pop up out in the world
Oh, it was like they're like blobs.
like
Like
blobs?
literally, yeah, there's just blobs of Callium.
Okay, so I take it you scanned and that's how you
No.
saw that one was nearby. No, you just walked up onto one
Yeah, I
by
would.
random.
It's like I said. If you're walking around an environment, look at everything. I mean, there's no telling what you're gonna see, and most of the time, I mean, I wasn't even looking for animals. I was just like looking at the plants to see like what the different plants were, and I walked up to this blob, and the blob said Callium, very rare. And I was like, whoa! And I freaked out and shot it. And each one so far gives me somewhere between 5 and like there's 2 of them right next to each other. It looks like a pair of nuts.
Okay,
Like I'm
well
looking at 2 of them right now.
I'm about to walk in there. I'm about to walk in there because we're about to wrap this up. Um,
Okay.
one last thing to give info on, and the reason why I'm sitting here in the starship. When on a planet of any kind, sitting in the starship, if you need to catch your breath or you need to take a break or something, is what you want to do. Because sitting in the starship doesn't take away from
Anything.
your life support or your hazard protection at all. You're completely supported by your
Yeah,
starship.
it's basically the pause menu of the game.
Yeah. Now I don't know if outside things like creatures or sentinels can attack your
Nope.
starship while just sitting there.
No, but actually, a cheap thing to do is if you're in an area that has a bunch of items that if you pick them up, the Sentinels go crazy. Find an area that has like 5 or 6 of those items all together, and then run around, pick up all of them, and just quickly run back to your ship and sit in your ship and leave, and they can't do anything.
Huh. Okay. Well. So that's pretty much it for I guess this episode of No Man's Sky, which I'm really this was just one big ass infomercial,
Well,
right?
that's what we're here for sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so. Um, so I'll be recording this Sunday, and me and Merlin will be recording this Monday. I don't know if he'll be joining in on Sunday or not. Sunday is really just me playing by myself to begin with, but I do intend on setting up some Twitch streams eventually on Sundays for myself of playing this. I don't know how well that's gonna go though because I'm pretty positive I'm not gonna be able to get 720 resolution for streaming, and I have my doubts about even getting 480. So I guess we're gonna call it here, and we're just gonna play through the night. So yeah, peace out, viewers.
Peace.